Good morning.
Good morning.
Can everyone hear me?
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes.
Hey, Tim.
Good morning. How are you, handsome?
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, good looking.
All right,
Lou?
rein it in.
Hi, Linda.
Okay.
Feels like winter out there today.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
And then it's supposed to be 70 degrees, I think, on Thursday.
Wow.
Mm.
We'll
Well,
all
so-
have pneumonia.
Yeah, well, wait, it's the usual wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah. Hey, there's our fearless leader.
Oops, 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 oops.
Hello, Ken.
Tim, Neville, how are you?
Hey, Ken, how we doing?
All right, we have 6 members present, which constitutes a quorum, and it is 10:01. And so I will, acting pursuant to Governor Baker's order with respect to during this pandemic, start the process with respect to remotely conducting a meeting of the Community Preservation Committee. As a preliminary matter, this is Ken Bogrand, Chair. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Neville Richin,
Here?
Jack Gardner,
Yeah.
Linda Williams,
Here,
Tim Savarino,
Here.
John Trudell.
Here.
I do not see Mark Beal or Dawn or Diane. Is that correct?
Diane is here.
Okay, Diane is here. Thank you.
Diane's here.
All right, and staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Glenna Stokes Scarlett,
Here.
Kathy Richin.
Here.
There are no anticipated speakers on the agenda that I'm aware of. Good morning. This open meeting of the Community Preservation Committee is being conducted remotely pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. This meeting will not feature public comment. For this meeting, the Community Preservation Committee is convening by video conference via Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that all attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you and to take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. All supporting materials have been provided members of this body and are available on the town's website unless otherwise noted. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless I, the chair, note otherwise. We're now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. I will introduce each speaker on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you're not speaking, and please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in conversation with other members, please do so through the chair, taking care to identify yourself. If there were any public comment, the chair will afford public comment. But each vote will be taken by roll call for this particular meeting. So I would like to call the meeting to order. Hang on just one second. And the first item on the agenda is an item that I call Decorum the Meeting. At one of the last meetings, we had a situation where there was some back and forth with respect to members speaking to each other relative to certain issues. I do not think that that is appropriate in terms of a way for us to run our meetings. And I would just ask that we, in fact, engage in the kind of discourse and decorum that we have normally had in the past, and ask that if there are certain circumstances that are of a troubling nature, that they be raised with the chair first before, in fact, they be raised in any other manner. So I hope that this is satisfactory to the committee, and understand that this is the way we've acted in the past, and I would ask that we continue to act this way in the future. Are there any comments with respect to that? I hope not. Not seeing any hands, I would move then to the next item on the agenda, which is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's just one change I need to make with respect to the agenda. In terms of the fund requisition for the Nantucket Preservation Trust, as a result of work that Kathy did, the number for the request is incorrect, and the correct number is $41,917.34, as opposed to the $56,590.26. So, well, with that correction to the agenda, would you accept that as an amendment to your
I'll
motion,
accept
John?
that. I'll accept that change and revise my motion to reflect that.
Tim, are you okay with the second?
Of course.
Okay, on that roll call, all those in favor, Neville,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Linda,
Yep.
Tim,
Yes.
Diane, John,
Aye, yes.
and the chair votes yes. There is some correspondence that Glenna circulated this morning. Doesn't need to be read today, but it is a full, significantly detailed report on all of the work that was done by the Preservation Trust together with the University of Florida Preservation Institute on the balance of the funding request that we have before us today, and really quite a significant detail in terms of the scope of the project and all of the things that achieved. So it'll be interesting reading for you at some point in time. Again, just shows how we've been able to work together with two different organizations as a huge benefit to the town.
Mr. Chairman, on that note,
Yes, Tim.
I think as part of the funding approval, that documentation was supposed to be available for the public to see online. Is that been achieved? I think that was part of the motion to approve the funds, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that been made available, or can be made available online?
We just received it recently, and so I've only submitted it to the committee, but we can send it to the appropriate people to upload it to our website, to the CPC Town's website. Is that what you're referring to, Tim?
No, this is the 3D modeling for all of the homes that they were photographing.
Right. I would need to circle back and speak with Mary Bergman, the executive director, to see if that's something that they're able to make available.
Yeah, because I think the funding was for that, to be part of the condition that they got the money, that we would be able to show the public the great work, you know.
Right. I think you're correct about that. The order of the director recently changed hands, and so Mary is very new in this position. So
Yep.
I will follow up with her and bring her up to speed on what that expectation was.
Okay.
Through you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, John.
I also, in reading, Mary offers a presentation to our board. If we had a few minutes in a future meeting, it might be good to see or hear a quick presentation of not only what they've done, but just to see how we can access it and look at things. So we might want to take advantage of that.
Why don't we schedule that for our December meeting then?
That sounds great. Should I
Okay,
make a motion to approve that, or is that something that we can just do by staff?
I think we'll do it by staff in terms of
Great.
having them do a full presentation for us at the December meeting.
Thank you.
Sure.
Mr. Chairman, just to close the loop on it,
Yeah.
should we retain something as a result of, until that's available, or?
Well, why don't we indicate that that the reimbursement would be effected after the material has been made available to the public on the website.
Perfect.
Is that an amendment that both you and John are comfortable with?
I'm happy with that.
Thank you, John. I am too.
Okay, no, it's a good point. All right, so with respect to this particular fund request, it would be done on the acceptance of the new amount and the granting of it to be repaid at such point in time as they have in fact made available the results of the work on the town website.
Or at least a link. Yeah.
The link to it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're looking for a motion, Mr. Chair, then that would be my motion.
Okay. And Timmy, is that your second to it?
Yes, thank you very
Okay.
much. Thanks,
So
John.
we'll take this fund requisition out of order then. All those in favor with respect to this fund requisition by vote. Neville,
Aye.
Jack,
Aye.
Linda,
Linda, you're muted.
Aye.
Tim,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Then the next item are the requisitions for the Nantucket Interfaith Council, the Sustainable Nantucket, and Housing Nantucket. Is there a motion with respect to items A, B, and C under the fund requisitions as contained for the amounts contained on the agenda?
I move approval, Mr. Chairman.
Approved by Mr. Savarino, a
Second.
second by Mr. Richen. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor, Neville,
Aye.
Jack,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Tim,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. There were two requisitions that came in after we posted this from the Coffin School. And so I have added those to the agenda. They were not on the agenda that we sent out. And so I would entertain a motion for items A and B under Roman numeral II fund requisitions for the Coffin School for $85,535 for fiscal year 20 and $39,206 for fiscal year 05. Is there a motion to that effect?
The motion is, Mr. Chairman, that these were unanticipated by the chairman 48 hours in advance, and they're to be ratified again in December. And I'll
Okay.
make that motion.
All right. Is there a second to that?
Second,
All right.
On the
Any further discussion on the motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Tim?
Second item, number B,
Yep,
39,000. Is that correct? That's from fiscal year 05?
that's right.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We have a
what
couple
happened,
outliers.
what happened, Tim, is that what I did with Kathy's help, she went back and we found all of the really long outstanding ones that were out there. And to see which were really not needed anymore, or which were in fact just had not been followed up on. And so Dawn got in touch with the people at the Coffin School, and that's exactly what happened. All right.
Okay. No problem.
So with respect to Linda's motion to approve to be ratified at the December meeting, all those in favor, Neville,
Aye.
Jack,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Tim,
Aye.
Diane,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. With respect to, I'm not aware of any other old business. With respect to new business, what we just talked about above was that we would ask Mary Bergman to in fact do a presentation to us at the December meeting relative to the particular project for us to see the results of it. And the other item that I wanted to suggest, we had set up a committee that Joe Topham was going to lead and work on even after he left with respect to CPC signs.
With
And
me.
it's with Linda. And so it seems to me that it might be appropriate for us to get an update as to where we are on that at the December meeting. Does that make sense to the committee?
I won't have time to do it with him in December. Have to be January.
Okay,
He's busy and I'm busy right up to the holiday without got December delight and everything else going on.
okay. So we would then target that for the January agenda.
Mr. Chairman, also,
Yes, Tim.
not to digress, but maybe we should make that option to preservation, to Mary as well, Preservation Trust, because I think our next meeting is like the week before Christmas, and it
Oh.
might not be a good time. I'm not saying it isn't.
Okay,
but-
okay, well, that probably makes sense. It gives her enough time in terms of the holidays and stuff like that. So we would ask for both of those at the January meeting instead of the December meeting.
Perhaps if need be.
Well, I just want to be able to be sure that we're going to have enough people here to be able to appreciate because of the holidays. So
Yeah. Well, yes, I agree.
Mr.
Right, so-
Chair,
Yes.
before we adjourn for new business as well, I'm just thinking as we're talking about signs and updates and things like that, going forward in the future, we have a lot of digital presentations and things, but is there some sort of digital sign that we can add? Because when we're looking at concrete fixtures, it's easy enough to add a sign or a park or a playground or something with a sign. But for things like the digital presentations for acknowledgement that this is being funded by the Community Preservation Committee or through your Community Preservation Act, if there's a text or something that could be added to something like the online presentation that we're expected from Mary Bergman. Just a thought. There's not a vote out there. I just wanted to bring up that as we get into this digital era, it might be more appropriate to start thinking of that.
I think that's a good thing. So John, you volunteered to in fact come up with some language now with respect to what we're able to, Glenna.
So I don't know if everybody remembers this. We had created a sign that everyone would use as kind of a guide. And we do have that in the office that I could send to everyone, and they can use that as kind of a cover sheet for their presentations that indicates all of the language that we had approved at a previous meeting.
Yeah, but I think John's point was a different one. John's point was that to the extent that, for instance, like Mary's report, when it goes online, either at the beginning of it or at the end of it, indication that this report has been funded with funds from the Community Preservation Committee. I think
Yes.
that was the point that you were making, John.
I'm not looking to take away and be the headliner for the report and the organizations that's presenting the report. However, just a subtitle of that, if there's a historic preservation as their main report, and then in small block, something like that with maybe our logo, as you said, Glenna, and then small text that says in conjunction with or funded by community funds from the CPC. Just something to add, as a little subtitle to the presentation. Obviously, there'll be future presentations that will be online for other organizations. So I just think if it's public, the public should be aware of where a lot of this funding is coming from.
That is what that signage indicates,
Okay.
the one that was approved. And they could just make it smaller under their title.
Glenn, I really feel ashamed that I don't know this, but on our website, Do we have a place with respect to the funding allocations that we have made in each of the years over the last 20 years, so that somebody could go take a look and say, in fiscal year 12, these are the things we funded. Fiscal year 15, these are the things we funded.
We do not have that on the website. It's very lengthy. I don't know if you can see this chart behind me that's hanging on the wall halfway up, and it comes all the way down. That is a list of everything that we have funded since inception. It would be quite lengthy to put online, and I'm not sure that folks will be able to follow it without guidance. It is available in the office if anyone ever wants to come in and see it, but if it's something that you'd like to put online, we could look into that and see.
Well, my thought was, rather than having a one big chart, that, that we would have, that if somebody wanted to click on what happened in fiscal year 20, that would be a thing that you would click on, and only that would come up as opposed to the whole chart.
So like a link.
Yeah, links, so there would be 20 links that they
Right,
they could tap into to see what happened in those years. Just the thought process of having them understand, that we've done over 500 projects, and we've done over, I don't remember, 50 or 60 million dollars that we have done over the years, and I just want to be able to. In terms of having people understand the importance of the CPC Act and what we've been able to do relative to all different parts of the community is really important.
Sure. I will create those links and be in touch with the person that posted to the website.
Yeah. Okay. And one other thing, I don't know whether you guys have read through Stuart's email, but we will receive $1,074,780 with respect to last year's awards. Okay. So that means, and what we did with respect to this year's proposal, we only assumed that we would get around 600,000 because that's what we got the year before, which means that there will be $400,000 in undesignated reserves that has the potential for us to be doing something in future years. Doesn't have to be next year, but in future years as well. Is there anything else that anyone would like to raise with respect to our meeting today?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
I'd love to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
It's going to be pretty hectic from what I see in terms of a visitor we're going to have. Won't be quite as quiet as when he came in previous years.
Well,
It'll be interesting.
it will.
Yeah.
It could be Main Street when they light the trees on Friday. It'd be nothing but Secret Service and Joe and Jill standing in the middle of the street. The rest of us out on Center, down on Federal.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be strolling around like you used to.
Oh, unfortunately, world has changed.
And Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Neville.
just in the same vein, I'd just like to invite anyone they know or themselves to come down to the American Legion. We'll be serving Thanksgiving meal.
Oh,
Oh,
Goodness sake, goodness.
nice work, Neville.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we already have your name, Diane.
okay. As with a happy Thanksgiving to everyone, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
So moved.
Moved by Lyndon, seconded by Neville. All those in favor? Neville,
Aye.
Jack,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Tim,
Aye.
Diane,
Hi.
John,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Thank you for, again, heartfelt thanks for all of the work that you did with respect to our 3 warrant articles. I filed all 3 of them yesterday. The first one with respect to the allocation, the second one with respect to the $5 million bond, and the third one with respect to, we're only getting one item back, $3,300 from the Nantucket Athenaeum, because they were able to get one of the paintings done for less than they had anticipated. So thank you again, and we will see you in December.
Happy
Thank you.
Thanksgiving all. Take
Yeah.
care.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.